Boy, howdy, it is hard to believe that we are here. The final kind of football Friday night of the 2022 season.
It just went in the blink of an eye, didn't it? It felt like we just started yesterday, and here we are, the precipice of state championships.
Well, I was at Doak Campbell Stadium last week, and unfortunately, a lot of our teams met a very bitter end.
It was like a mass exodus, man. We had, what, 13, 14 teams? Maybe that's a little high, but still, it just felt like it was bad news bears all across the board. But there were 4 teams with a chance to make a state championship tonight.
Indeed they were, and let's start in Southwood. Mr. Miranda, why don't you take it away?
All right, Florida High and Bishop Verot tied at 7 apiece as we start the second quarter. Quarter that belonged to the Noles. Hold me closer, time to dance. Makai Danzy, 12 yards to Pater, 14-7. Noles later, same score. Noles on the move. Jeremy Johnston pumps, gathers, launches. Wide open, Ashton Hampton, get off me! You're not going to catch him. 55 yards to Pater. It's coming up all garnet and gold in the second quarter. Florida High up 21-7. The Vikings, though, would not go quietly into the Tallahassee night. On the attack here, pitch out to Deshaun Jenkins Jr. refusing to go down. Arm tackle is not going to cut it. He barrels his way into the end zone. Make this a 7-point game once again. 21-14. Florida High leads. Minute and a half to play in the half. Looking to score before the half. Just hand it to this man. Goodness gracious, not going to cut it. No, sir. Try again. Spun out of that one. That's a 60-yard gain to set up the Noles nicely. Maybe a missed horse collar there. I don't know. 37-yard attempt, though. Field goal blocked. So a little momentum for the Vikings to close out the half. Florida High up 21-14 going in the locker room. And the Noles would get it done. Advancing to the state championship. Your final 38-28. Hickman and the boys fired up.
Hey, congratulations to Coach Hickman and the Noles. The Colquitt County Packers hoping to punch their ticket. There was not a seat to be had at MacTharp Stadium. Undefeated Carrollton, undefeated Colquitt. This is what 7A is all about. Packers were turned away on 4th and goal early in this one, but the Trojans wouldn't be denied here. Jamon Evans going to find pay dirt. 7-0 for the visitors early on in this one. But the Pack gets right back to work. Nico Fan doing what he does best, finding guys over the middle. Now Quavion Carr deep into Carrollton territory, and MacTharp is going berserk. Just a couple plays later, the Wild Hog formation. Amarius Pace out of the gun. He's shot out of a cannon, follows his blockers to the promised land. We're all tied up at 7 apiece. We'll fast forward a little later in that second quarter. It was 14-10 Carrollton, but the Trojans,
here we go.
Yeah, they learned a lesson everybody in South Georgia already knows. Don't kick to Jack Luttrell. The Tennessee commit is clear for takeoff, and he's off to the races. 17-14 in the blink of an eye. Less than 30 seconds left in the half. However, the Trojans would use those 30 seconds to score, and that touchdown ends up being the difference. Your final, Carrollton takes care of Colquitt 35-27, a bitter end to a phenomenal season.
Well, let's see if Blountstown can get in the win column. All right, against Hawthorne tonight.
Undefeated Hawthorne.
Undefeated Hawthorne. First quarter, Hornets at the Tigers 8. CJ Ingram, a lot of runs, look just like this. Such impressive line play as well. Hawthorne up 6-0, although Ingram would later leave with an ankle injury. Still in the first, Blountstown punting. They say if it's inside the 10, let it go. Darian Smith-Williams flying in the face of conventional wisdom. Down the sideline, a wall of blockers. He has a seam. Are you serious? 96 yards on the punt return. That's what playoff football is all about. Hawthorne on top, 12-zip. Then the Hornets bust out the SWAT team. Jalen Ruth, his recruitment is back open, folks. That's a safety, 14-zip now. Hawthorne in the driver's seat. Second quarter, Smith-Williams taking snaps, adds to the lead. An ugly end to a great, let me say it again, great season for Blountstown. 28-0. Hawthorne gets it done.
All right, down in Naples, it was the Munroe Bobcats in a semifinal against the First Baptist Academy Lions. Jaden Booker for the home team right up the gut. It was already 7-0, and now Munroe finds themselves in a 14-0 hole just like that. But what do you do in First Baptist? You know they've got athletes. You know they can move the ball. Why the short kickoff? It goes down to the 37-yard line, and Munroe doesn't have a crazy drive after this. They just methodically move their way down the field. They've got it goal to go in this situation, and Luke Sather says, Boys, I got you covered.
That's
He breaks
fine.
through the left side of the line. The quarterback keeper makes it 14-7. We've got ourselves an interesting game. Third quarter, still 14-7. 4th and 2 this time. Sather tries to recreate the magic. Just not there. Turnover. Lions football. Unfortunately, Munroe's season comes to an end in Naples tonight. Take a look at your final score, 28-7. That was Munroe's last real great chance getting points on the board.